What's going on, people? Well. Quite a lot has changed from the last 2 days, hasn't it? I think the vibes yesterday are completely different to the vibes of today. So, yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Before we get into it, right, you can see the thumbnail, you can see who we're talking about. Please get the likes up as quickly as possible, especially if you're happy with this news. We need to be getting the likes up as much as possible because now this is big crunch time for Man United with some of the stuff I'm hearing, some of the stuff that people are talking about. This is huge crunch time for Manchester United in terms of who we're trying to sign, how we're trying to sign them. It's pretty big. It is pretty big. So let's discuss it, right? Let's discuss it all. And like I say, get it in there. I'm sorry, Rizwan. I did say 7 to everyone who's asking. I did say that I was starting at 7, but actually, I didn't lie. But I decided to go a bit early because got to feed the dog, haven't we? And we got to just feed ourselves. So, can't wait. I want to get your pick. I want to get the different shade of red on there. So yeah, that'll do for now. But how is everyone feeling? Thoughts and feelings around this whole situation? It is pretty massive. Thought we still owe money for Rasmus. We do. But I think it's going to be pretty big. Disc, trust me, just stick with me for a second. We'll get into it pretty shortly. But before we get into it, can I just please say thank you to everyone who's been joining the lives? I can't tell you that the support lately on the live shows in particular have been immense. And I really respect you. So thank you all for sticking by as you all have. And as ever, drop a super chat, drop a follow and subscribe if you are new. Because from yesterday, just so I can get it up anyway, I think we started off the live with like 7,190 subscribers. We're now closing in on 7,250. We're on 7,242. So guys, click the link in the bio if you're on TikTok. Come over and subscribe right now because 68 of you are in there. 8 of you come over. We hit 7,250. So come on. That would be lovely. Everyone is talking about what we want to be talking about. Get the likes going, obviously. How many likes can we get? What's Sesko's number at RB Leipzig? Might as well. Is he 9? No, okay. He's number 30. Okay, Benjamin Sesko is number 30 for RB Leipzig. Let's get 30,000 likes. It's never going to happen, but let's hit 30,000 likes. Screw it. Yes, see. How's it going? And listen, someone just said, Dev, what's going on? I just woke up. And hi, Dev, just playing football. Good stuff. Well, everyone. Paul, thank you for the follow. Everyone, follow up, like the show, like the live, do as much as you can because this is going to be a big show because we have some massive news to come at you straight away, which is, if you are new, right, and if you don't know what's been going on today, I'll give you a bit of a backstory. So Manchester United were initially interested in looking at Ollie Watkins and to be looking at Benjamin Sesko as our 2 striking options. There was always this tug of war between what's the right price and what's the right sort of deal that we should get going on. And there seemed to be mixed opinions on whether Ollie Watkins would be available for cheaper, whether we should continue down that Premier League proven route as we have done with Cunha and Mbermo, or if we should go and break the bank, or so it seems, for someone like Benjamin Sesko, who's a lot younger, but obviously a lot more expensive, because we'd effectively be paying for the potential. And people will then make the same sort of inroads with Rasmus Hojlund. Like, can we, start that project striker mentality again? Is anyone actually ready for another project striker? But I think people are looking at it a bit poorly, to be honest, with the Rasmus Hojlund comparison, and I'll explain why it is that I think that. But ultimately, today, as confirmed by David Ornstein, by Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have decided that Benjamin Sesko is the one that we want. Don't go too far and say that he's the one we're going to get. We have just decided that he is our number 1 target now. So we're parking. Well, we've still got Watkins there, but we're parking our active involvement in those deals to see what now happens with Benjamin Sesko. And yesterday, I made a clear point that I wanted Watkins over Sesko, and I still back that. I still want the Premier League proven route, but I always caveated that by saying it has to be for the right amount of money. If we spend the wrong amount of money on Watkins, then there's no point. If there's too smaller discrepancy between the two, then you go for Sesko and you take the risk. Do you know what I mean? You take the risk. Why not? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And ultimately, we are in a situation where we want Benjamin Sesko. We've set our stall out. And guys, if you're on TikTok and if you're new, there's 115 people in here, just like the Chargers of Man City. So let's get the likes going. If we can get 30,000 likes, that'll be insane. I don't think we can. Let's see if we can get that. If you keep liking, all it does is bring more people in here. Follow if you are new. This is the non-toxic Manchester United channel. If you're new, then and you're sick of all the tribal toxic crap you see elsewhere, then please do drop a follow. But also, link in bio, because we are on 7,244 YouTube subscribers. So if 6 of you, there's 139 now. If 6 of you come over and subscribe, we'll be on 7,250. So come on. That'll be fantastic. Click the link in bio and come over and subscribe. And let's build this into the best and healthiest community of Manchester United fans in the world. That is the idea. That's the whole reason we're here. Like the video, join the show, and click the link in bio and join the live on YouTube, because I can see also everyone's comments on here. Just for example, like Luke saying, "Hi Dev, how's you and the fam?" We're good, mate. Thank you very much. Evening, Dev. Send them Sancho and Rasmus for Sesko. I mean, people are starting to get the right idea. But if you are random to the situation, you will know that today Manchester United have decided that Sesko is the guy that we want. Sesko is the guy that we want. And ultimately, I'm going to start off this show with my hands up. Okay, because yesterday, well, I've been saying this whole time since I've done the show, I want to be accountable to everything that I say. I said that I wanted Ollie Watkins over Benjamin Sesko, with the caveat that it was for the right amount of money. So overall, I really did think, okay, if we're going to get Ollie Watkins for like 40 million, yeah, 45 million. I know that was the price I wanted. Okay. I know that's not what ended up being the case, but if we could get him for 40, that's better than Sesko for 80, because those are the numbers we've been talking about. Now we started hearing that Aston Villa wanted north of 50 to 60 million for him, which is just ridiculous. North of 50 to 60 million for Ollie Watkins, who's 29 already, turning 30 in a couple of months, or to get Sesko for a deal that's going to be around the 60 to 65 million pound mark. So with that said, I always said if the discrepancy was massive, you had to go for Watkins. But if not, then you have to go for Benjamin Sesko, because there is a big difference between this and the Rasmus Hojlund debate. Paul Richardson, thank you very much for the follow. And who just did that as well? Baron Naftawi. If you're new, drop a follow. I'll try and shout you out just like I did those two. Arthur has mentioned the point on TikTok that we are making the same mistake. With Sesko as we did for Rasmus Hojlund. So that seems like a good place to actually start and talk about Rasmus Hojlund, because today also Fabrizio Romano confirmed that RB Leipzig, their dream signing is Rasmus Hojlund. Like RB Leipzig actually want Rasmus Hojlund, which is crazy in my head. Do you know what I mean? That someone said Sesko or Solanke. Jesus, Sesko all day long. But someone actually said, actually said that we want to sign, Sesko, and that Hojlund going the other way is something that we floated to RB Leipzig. We've said there is a possibility that we'd be quite happy to go for a potential, trade. So let's discuss that first. Manveer. Before we get into it, Manveer has asked, are we going live tonight for the Bournemouth game? Absolutely not. I need to sleep, and my girlfriend's going to be working a mad day tomorrow, and there's no way I'm keeping her up for a Bournemouth game. So no, I'll be watching, and I'll probably be tweeting alongside it, but I will not be watching that live. So that's why I decided to go live now to talk about this news. Maybe have a little preview for that game as well, but can't be going live for that, I'm afraid. Is the caption true? It is, Donald. It is. So let me explain it. Let me explain it to you all now. Sesko is worse than Havertz. He's going to flop. It's just not true, is it? So let's go with this part first. How you're feeling, and I want your opinions on TikTok, your opinions on YouTube. How are you feeling about Rasmus Hojlund just in general? We'll get into it deeply, but how are you feeling about Rasmus Hojlund in general? Simon straight away says it's unfair on Sesko to compare him to Rasmus. Completely different people in a completely different situation. I do agree with you. Absolutely. So you are not going to watch the game. I'm going to watch the game, but I'm not going to go live for it. Not good enough. Rasmus has to go now. Make or break season for him, Riyadh is saying. 7 goals is a flop, Misha is saying, in response to Paul Richardson. I reckon keep Hojlund and loan Chido. Okay. I like the guy. Just think we might have gotten him a tad bit early. Gunface, that's absolutely fair. Good to see you in the chat as well, mate. I remember you from last time. Also, there's 145 people in here. There's 78 on YouTube. I can see all comments on YouTube a lot clearly. So if you can, click the link in bio and come over. Jamie Harvey, I'm trying to find your comment now. Can you put it back in? Because I've lost it, mate. Oh, okay. The worry I have is if we bid 70 million for Sesko and they say no and we go to Watkins and get Villa and get Watkins, they're going to want what we bid for Sesko. But they're 2 completely different players. Like it's easy to say that. It's 2 completely separate players, though. I love Rasmus for absolutely no reason. And I don't want to see him go. Lunani, fair play. Because I love him as well. I actually love him as a guy. As a player, I'm losing the love a little bit. But I liked him in the last game. I was doing the live show for the game against West Ham. I thought he did quite well. But ultimately, if it is a case of you picking between Rasmus Hojlund and Sesko, you have to go for Sesko. Is Sesko joining us? It's a concrete possibility now. We've opened talks with his camp, and Ineos have already kind of set their stall out and said they're not going to go after players that don't want them or that don't want Manchester United. So clearly, there is a chance that this is going to happen. And we wouldn't go for players if we weren't confident, at least, that we could get something done. Luke is saying, we've been unfair on him. What 21-year-old leads the line for United in a transitional team? He had no time to grow. I do agree with you there, mate. I absolutely do agree with you there. We've got 30 likes on the live, so we've got to change that. We're on 10K on TikTok already in 11 minutes. That's insane. Can we hit 30K? That'll be absolutely ridiculous. And guys, link in bio, come over to YouTube and help the likes up there. Come on. That'd be lovely. Krishna Smith, thank you very much for the follow as well. Now, agreed, thought his game, last game he did well, but I lost faith in him as a player from last season. Game, I hear you. I actually do hear you on that, and that is absolutely more than fair. My girlfriend says Evie has fallen over. Oh! Hang on. We can't let that run. Absolutely not. There we go. Evie's back. Tell your girlfriend I said thank you. There's no way we could let Evie fall over. I apologize, Evie. Hope you're okay. I like him, but Rasmus just isn't the right fit for us right now. If we had a better striker and he came as a number 2, then yes. Someone said Rasmus played with very selfish teammates. Garnacho and Rashford never passed the ball to him. Have we got Here We Go yet? No, we don't. Keep it up. Thank you, Damn Diok. Let's keep it going. 12K likes we've got. I think we might hit 30K likes. I never thought we would, but fairs. And guys, can you please, all of you, click the link in bio, come and subscribe on YouTube, because we are on 7,250. Just as I say that, we are on 7,250 subscribers. So thank you very, very much. But we're trying to hit 10K before the start of the season, and a massive giveaway, including a shirt and including some signed stuff, is coming your way. So please, if you can, click the link in bio, come over and subscribe. Carolyn Dunn, thank you for following on this channel as well. Do it like Carolyn. If you haven't followed yet, please follow up. When is the giveaway? When we hit 10K on YouTube. We're on 7,253 now. So please, everyone come over and subscribe. And even if you're in the show and you're watching and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Come on, there's 90 of you in here. We need 100 likes on this show as a minimum. I'm going to put that as a minimum now. Get more and more people in here. We're on 43 likes. Get the likes up immediately. All it does is bring more people into the show. Amal, in reference to Rasmus Hojlund, says, I genuinely believe that Rasmus will get better and better in the coming years. I don't want to sell him because he is a slow learner. He just doesn't get the service, Nay is saying. Needs to be given time with less pressure as the backup instead of the main 9. But what about the fact that Sesko is not much different from the hype we had for Rasmus? Miracle, I want to stop that. First of all, great name. But I want to stop that. Because Jacob said, I'm not a Man United fan, but a Dane. Good to have you here, Jacob. Thank you. Don't think he's good enough for a top club. What I push back against are people that are angry at him as a person and not the higher-ups for paying stupid money. So true. Do you know, I saw a tweet and this killed me. Oh, Chloe, you're the hot one. This killed me, by the way. The fact that someone actually put out a tweet, I saw a tweet where someone was like, we could have got Rasmus for like 35, 40 million, waited too long and paid too much. That is Ed Woodward, John Murtaugh, and Arnold as a minimum. Chloe, you're the hot one. But it's just ridiculous. Like the fact that we had that kind of people running us, and now we're having a situation where Sesko is available and we might get him. It's the best. It's the best. And I really like that. Everyone like the stream. There's 90 people watching. Come on, let's like the stream. We also actually haven't had a super chat and we haven't had a membership today. Be the first one and get your comments read out live so that we can all react and talk about it as well. Thank you, Who for What? What is this? I have a girl. It's mad. And it's her. I don't know how, but I've done something amazing in my life. But guys, this is big. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty massive in terms of Manchester United news, because everyone and also can we take a minute, I'm sorry, to actually give Ineos a bit of love? Is that possible? Like, are we allowed to give Ineos a bit of love for this? Because it doesn't make sense. LGBTQ. It doesn't make sense. Like, why not? It really doesn't make sense why people are going in on Ineos all the time as if we haven't done well. I don't understand it. Like, Ineos, in terms of their actual deals, they've been good. And it sounds stupid for me to be like, we finished 15th. How can I talk about Ineos? Like, it doesn't. You ever taken a cucumber? All right. I see what you're trying to do. Bye-bye. But, Luke, straight away with the super chat, the legend that is, says, get both Sesko and Watkins for 70 million plus Rasmus. You know what? That's actually possible, but I don't think we need Watkins and Sesko. Actually, could we? You know what? You might have done something there, Luke. I hadn't really thought of that. But that is... Okay, I'm putting this guy's comment on the channel just for his username. I can't say it out loud, but that's pretty funny. Ineos, yet the Glazers. Yes, the Glazers, no. Exactly. 100%. The Glazers deserve no credit for everything. Ineos are doing really well with a really poor situation so far. I agree. What else? Oh, I'm just looking at the rest of these comments. I would have taken Watkins. Obi can learn from Watkins better than Sesko and Rasmus. I agree with that. But going from Osimhen to Sesko is like going from Kim K to Bonnie Blue. What? How do you even think about that? Why isn't Jackson better? Absolutely not. What about our midfield? I do agree with you. Sesko versus Watkins, JSS. There is a video on the YouTube channel, link in bio, where I talked about all of it yesterday. You can go and see what I thought about that. I still thought that it would be better. I hear you, Luke. I still thought it would be better to go for Watkins as the more experienced option. Samu, Tio, absolutely agree with you. I think Samu is brilliant. But I thought it'd be better to go for the more experienced option in Ollie Watkins because of the young strikers that we had, but to also immediately give us that straight up Premier League experience. But it was all down to price. Like, if Watkins were too expensive, you had to move on. And you can't justify the price for Watkins at 29, 30 years old. You can justify the price for Sesko with the potential that's there. But I want to make it very clear, okay, to everyone and this is me I'm just going to talk for a second and you tell me whether you agree with me or if you disagree with me. Totally fine. Let's keep it all respectful as usual. This is the non-toxic Man United channel. We're going to keep it that way with healthy, hearty discussion, okay? So hear me out for a second. Hear me out. For me, the Rasmus Hojlund 2.0 argument is redundant. People are saying that don't go for Benjamin Sesko because he's going to be just like Rasmus because you're going for another unproven or project striker. We're going for a project striker, but not as unproven as Rasmus. Rasmus had 1 year, right? 1 year properly as a striker for Atalanta in Serie A. And he scored like 9 goals. So they thought he'll do a little bit better and maybe we can get a bit more. That's not the case with Benjamin Sesko, okay? It's simply not the case with Sesko. Sesko has been at RB Leipzig for like 3 to 4 years. He's been in Champions League football for 3 years. He's been in the Bundesliga leading the line for a club for 3 years. He's a little bit older. He's like 1 or 2 years older. He's got that more experience, but also he does have more to offer this club because Rasmus was going to be raw. We knew it was. We knew Rasmus was going to be raw no matter what. But when it comes to Sesko, we know that he's got the shot power for days. He's got good link-up play. He can also carry the ball a lot better. He's a similar type of profile, I'm not going to lie, in terms of being a big striker, you know, good in the air and all that sort of stuff. But I think he's better in the air than Rasmus. He's more experienced. And there is less risk of Sesko over Rasmus Hojlund. But the whole risk argument was that there was more risk for Sesko ahead of Watkins. That's the only time you can talk about risk. And like Aviral is saying, Sesko is the captain and lead striker for his country. I didn't know he was captain for his country. He scored goals for his country at the Euro Nations League. He wasn't great in the Euros, we have to be honest, but he was 21 at the time. And Sesko's aerial threat is good. I mean, it's not as good as people make out in terms of that stupid little, yeah, he could leap to the moon. Like, people are looking at that bloody Red Bull advert. That ruined his credibility. Everyone thinks he's a demon now. But that is what we need to be doing. And I think Spartan is saying, and you're quite clear on the Sesko debate, you said it yesterday. Mark Foster, I'll come to that in a second. And let's be honest, we brought in Rasmus when he was 20. We're buying Sesko at 22. He'll be classed in 2 years. So you're saying Rasmus will be classed in 2 years? I'm not sure about that. If Sesko goes to United, he'll keep improving as he is doing right now. We have the next Zlatan heir. We have the next world-class striker. Not right now. I pray that Sesko wants us and the deal will happen. Well, it looks like Sesko does want us, and we want Sesko. This is the thing. I love Rasmus, though, but he couldn't be our first-team striker for now. I agree. But that's why we can't be relying on Rasmus to be the guy. We know we can't rely on him. That's number one. But also, can I just say, there's 119 people on TikTok, 113 on YouTube. There's nearly 20,000 likes on TikTok, yeah? And there's only 54 likes on YouTube. Guys, up to 100 likes right now. Let's get it up to 100 likes, and let's please click the link in bio if you're on TikTok. Come over and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing? We're on 7,256, trying to hit 10K before the start of the season. It's going to be a mad little giveaway. Please, let's get there. And what are your thoughts on Sesko versus Gyökeres? I personally, out of the two, would have preferred Sesko between him and Gyökeres, genuinely, because there's more mileage out of Sesko. It's probably for the same amount of money, and I think that's the right way for the club to go. Mandog, love that. But yeah, I think it's still a great deal, no matter what. Simon Mwangi says, just joined. What did I miss? Simon, have you missed the news? Because I won't go into the news if you've seen actually what's happening. Luke, what are you saying? Sesko wants us. He said 2 years ago he was nearly ready, but it needed time. We must have the same Twitter feed. I saw that interview as well. It wasn't an interview, it was like a live stream, wasn't it? But I love that. That's really cool. Would have preferred Watkins, but we'll back the club no matter what. See, I hear you. That's what I'm on. That's genuinely what I'm on. I hope Xerxes has a role besides striker. I hope he can become attacking midfielder. I don't think he'll become an attacking midfielder, but I think he can offer more as like a shallower striker, if that makes sense. We're on 66 likes now. That's better, but there's still 113 of you in here. If all of you like the video, it's 100 likes. Come on, let's get it up. It just brings more United fans in here because we need to talk about this properly with as many people as possible. We would need to be patient with Sesko and let him adjust to the league. 1,000,000% agree with you. They should do a big sale on for Rasmus. I think he will smash it in a lower place league. Let's face it, if Rasmus goes to a different league which suits him, then that could genuinely work. But here's where I want to throw a little bit of a red herring. If you've not seen this, oh, Luke, I like that. But if you've not seen this, Fabrizio Romano today confirmed that Rasmus Hojlund is a massive target for RB Leipzig. Like he's their dream signing, was the phrase that he used. If that is the case, we have to be using Rasmus Hojlund as a make weight in this deal. Even if it is, personally, I think it would be a case of we sign Sesko for whatever their fee is, like 60 odd million pounds, but then get them to sign Rasmus off of us. That needs to happen. That needs to happen. It doesn't need to be a straight 20 million plus Rasmus, because I want it on the books that we received money for him, because I think we still have to pay off money with him to Atalanta. So I think we need to receive money. And if we can, that's a really good sort of deal to be making. They can get a cut price Rasmus, and he will probably work out really well for them. He just hasn't worked out for us. And I think we need to wise up to the fact that he hasn't worked out for us. You know what I mean? And even now I'm seeing that Chelsea are still pushing for Alejandro Garnacho. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't know about that one. And the latest this is from Stretford Paddock, says that Sesko favours a move to Man United over Newcastle. And that's from Sky Sports. Dharmesh Sheth has mentioned that. Leipzig have been offered a player as part of a potential deal with Hojlund as a dream target. Again, brilliant. United don't have to sell to buy more players. And that's from, who is that? Simon Stone, football reporter for BBC Sport. So this is big. This is pretty big. And it also increases the odds that probably Isak will stay at Newcastle. And you know what? Can we just get a moment of silence? Can we get a moment of silence for Newcastle? Can we? Because I feel like we should. I don't really care about them, but I feel like we should have a moment of silence for Newcastle. Who have they missed out on? Joao Pedro, Mateus Cunha, who's the other one? Brian and Burmo, James Trafford. They've missed out on so many. And Kaz Howling, who's become the most recent member of the Dev FC channel. Thank you very much for doing that, mate. As always, if you guys want to drop a membership or drop a super chat, you immediately get featured into the video and we'll all be able to talk about what you're doing. I'm really hyped for Sesko. Love his technique, shot power, and finishing, but I do have one concern. His non-penalty XG seems a bit low. Feels like he struggles to generate chances for himself. This is a thing. He is an improvement on Hojlund. That's another thing. But also, I think in the way we'll play with Cunha and Burmo, that will mitigate that a lot. I think we'll get some good return out of that, and he'll be able to flourish. Any striker will be able to flourish a lot better now. Mid-table season for Newcastle this season, surely, probably. I don't want to give them a moment of silence. Their fans are annoying. They missed out on Delap as well. Yeah. You hate those shorties? Fair enough, Michael. I think Newcastle now want Muniz. Yeah, I hate that. Isn't that mad? How often have I been talking about I want Rodrigo Muniz and now they might get him? But the thing is, if they get him, it'll be the 5th on the rung of the ladder. I don't think he'll do that well at Newcastle because they'll want him as the main striker, which he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be there to accentuate what you already have. If they sell Isak and get him, they'll just be on the floor because Isak is too good. Sesko's fee could drop if he prefers to move to Man United, and Vival's relationship with Leipzig might give us the edge. And the Vival relationship is absolutely massive, by the way. This isn't like, oh, he knows them a little bit, he's got their number. No, he has very good connections at RB Leipzig. He was there. He was there at Salzburg, sorry. So he knows Vival like the back of his hand. So this deal could genuinely happen. Am I staying up till 2:30 to watch the game? Absolutely not. Well, I will watch it myself, but I'm not going to stay up and do a live stream because I have a dog and a girlfriend to look after. And when I say look after, I mean I don't want to be shouting down, talking about goals and games at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So no, not for this game, but I will be for the next one. And guys, link in bio, come over and subscribe on YouTube. We are on 7,259. We've gained like, what, 15 subscribers in this one show? Click the link in bio, come over, all of you. That would be wonderful if you can. And can we get 30k likes, by the way? Because I said 30k because Sesko's number is 30 at RB Leipzig. So let's hit 30k. And guys, let's get the super chats going in the chat if you haven't dropped one already. Any money that you donate to the channel will just be reinvested back into it. So any support, I really appreciate it. Dev, if you watch Sesko, his passing isn't great, but his first time layouts are actually very effective, making good opportunities for Cunha and Burmo. His first touch is decent. His first touch is so much better than Rasmus Hojlund, by the way. Let's not even compare the two. The first touch is so much better. 128 people now on YouTube. Everyone liked the video right now. 75 likes, or what we are now. We are on 77. Like the video, like the live. Let's get up to 100 likes. Come on. Do you think RB Leipzig will take Rasmus? I think they potentially could. I think that'd be quite nice. Dev, this is off topic, but if United end up selling Sancho, Garnacho, and Anthony, who do you think United are going for next? I think a midfielder is on the agenda. I think we'll get the new goalkeeper, Lamans. I think that'll be done. I really think we'll get Lamans. I think it's just prioritizing these. I think we've got that in the bag, kind of, because it's not that much money. But I think we're just prioritizing these, of course, to get them in for preseason. Well, whatever's left of preseason. Newcastle are secretly watching this channel. Bit off topic, but don't talk to me about Hayden Hackney. That's annoyed me massively. You know how much I wanted him, and he is going effectively to he is going effectively to Ipswich for 15 million, which is ridiculous. We should be all over that. In fact, we still could be. Who knows? Hey Dev, that love the channel. Thank you very much, Stephen O'Dwyer. I just want to say I never understand why fans care how much Man United pay for a player, because it doesn't really matter to us. We just want to win. I don't really care. I hear you. I do care about that though, how much we pay for a player, because it sets them on the wrong path. And it does affect them mentally, especially nowadays in the social media age. So, and also it does affect us moving forward in the business we can do. So now that I've made this channel, I'm trying to assess it from that point of view. I do care, but I hear your point as well. Mohan, am I Indian? Yes, I am. Do you think we would get a midfielder? Don't think we have the cash for it after Sesko. I think we will. I really want Lamans. I think we'll get him. James from Muppeteer says we won't look for a goalkeeper. Fair enough. I just think we could. Dev, we could have got Rios and Hackney for 40 million. Annoying. Trust me, I know. And didn't I tell everyone that? Everyone, didn't I tell everyone that? I told everyone on these channels that we could have got Rios and we could have got Hackney for like 20, 30 million each. Turned out to be even less than that. And I knew that as well. And I told everyone and no one believed me. I've heard Hillman from Sporting as a target for midfield for 40 million. I don't think Hillman is the right type of profile, really. And this does come into it. So we might as well get Rasmus off now. I think we talked enough about Rasmus Hojlund. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Rasmus and what you think about whether or not he should go to Leipzig, whether or not he's got a future at Manchester United. I personally think, I know that Rasmus is, he's a good lad. You know, he seems like a good lad and he is a good player and there's something there, but him in the Bundesliga, he will smash it there. So I say to Rasmus, like, it will hurt to see him go abroad and smash it because I think he will. But ultimately, if you go, then you go with my best wishes, mate. And I think it'll be best for you. Rios will leave Benfica for 60, 70. Yeah, I 100% agree. I miss De Gea. I might hopefully see him at the Fiorentina game. I really want to go to that game. Did we get a bid rejected for Hillman yesterday, or is it a fake news? Totally fake news, Jenny. Nothing being reported by proper people of that note. Enoch, thank you for the follow. And Sean, thank you for the follow as well. Everyone, subscribe and follow if you are new. We're on 7,262 subscribers now on the old YouTube. Everyone on TikTok, please come over and subscribe. We're on 130k likes, by the way. That is actually ridiculous. And thank you for the gifts. 91 likes. We're on 91 likes here. So we better be getting, come on now. We better be getting what was I going to say? We better be getting at least 100. Come on now. At least 100 likes. That's what we need. But let's talk about Sesko. Let's talk about Sesko. We talked about him a lot yesterday, but this is totally up to you now. Kenji, man like Kenji in the chat. Already, Luke is talking about what the front three is going to look like. Daniel, thank you for the follow as well. Samuel Season, thank you for that. What's my YouTube channel name? DevFC. 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 Link in bio if it's easier for you. Man, our TikTok gang is dwindling. It's really not. I mean, there's 30k likes and we've got 170,000 followers. Edu Wayne, thank you for the follow. And that's a Liverpool fan. Bears. But yeah, I agree with you, Luke. That is pretty crazy. Aloha to Kenji. Could we get Baleba if it's true about the sell to buy thing, Dev? I don't think the sell to buy thing is true, but I don't think Baleba is actually on our radar. I think fans have dreamt that up. Nothing from within the club says we're going to get him. Luke has said, Luke Blodwell, so not Luke Plant, but Luke Blodwell has said that Sesko makes us top 4 contenders. I think that's a bit mad. I do think that's a bit mad. Oh, Didi, thank you for the gifts. Very kind of you. Very, very kind. Where have we found all this money from? I think we already had this money. I love this. Cosmic Whisper thinks that I'm going to fall for this. He says, what do you think of Urinator? A young Turkish player we're linked with. Yeah, very funny. You got to think of better ones than that. Do not steal Sesko from us as well. Are you a Newcastle fan? Do you think Adam Wharton is in the conversation? No, I don't. No, I don't. I'd be happy with high top 10. I'd be happy with a high Europa League finish. 5th and 6th, I'd be quite happy with this season. Just because we need to figure out what we're doing, with this season. It's a tough one, I'm not going to lie. Have we hit 100 likes? I think we're close. 96. 4 more likes, guys. 4 more likes. Thank you for the gifts as well, Samuel Season. Is Donnarumma still on the table? I don't think he ever was on the table. I think we're considering him, as we are considering loads of goalkeepers, but no. Kenji, always coming in with the stats like a legend. Bundesliga, 33 matches, 13 goals, 5 assists, and he obviously shared that with Lois Openda. I said yesterday it wasn't that impressive, and I don't think it is for the Bundesliga. And for someone in RB Leipzig, I think it should be a bit better. But I do like the way that he plays, so we're just going to have to wait and see how that could translate into the Premier League. I wish we could still buy Stiller and Buadi. Same. And Sesko numbers are less last season because he played alongside Openda. I hear that, but then Lois Openda might be going to Villa. So what that says for Watkins is now crazy, isn't it? Have we hit 100 likes? It looks like we have. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's just refresh. We've hit 104 likes. Absolutely smashed through the like target. Thank you very much, everyone. 117 people in here. And oh my God, on TikTok, we've hit 30,000 likes. I said at the beginning, I didn't think we were hitting 30,000. That's mental. And we've consistently had hundreds of people in here. So thank you all so much, guys. That really does mean a lot. If you're new, we are trying to build the non-toxic Manchester United community because I'm sick of the crap that you see elsewhere. I'm sick of the schmishmited schmand. I'm sick of Everyone just trying to put everyone into a box and just being rude to each other and calling players names and all this. Daniel, thank you for the follow. I'm trying to build the biggest, non-toxic, healthiest community of Manchester United fans in the world. So if you agree with that, and if you like what I'm trying to build, then please click the link in the bio and subscribe and follow up here if you're new already. Waleed and Fuelish, thank you both so much for doing that. And I'm trying to build this into the right place. Shazad, thank you as well. Thank you, Didi, because that's what I'm trying to do. Mr. Dev, would you say to defend your manager, why isn't a fan of Sesko? What would you say, sorry, to defend your manager who wasn't a fan of Sesko? It's not that he isn't a fan. It's that he probably is a fan, but he preferred Watkins, or he put Watkins forward. There's probably an idea that Vivel and Wilcox, who are both agreed on Sesko, they had him there anyway. And then to add into it, to give us another option, Ruben added him. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Oh, mad. Also, Daniel just said you're from Salford, mate. You can see Old Trafford. Legend. Might be able to see me because I might be going there in a week's time to watch the Fiorentina game. Might. Still not entirely sure. Still a big might at this point. I'm not defending Onana by any means, but do we need to focus on a goalkeeper when we need to focus on midfield and forwards? Absolutely, midfield is my number one priority. I'd focus on midfield ahead of the striker, personally. But I won't scoff my nose up at Sesko. That's absolutely fine. Dev, apparently the sell to buy thing is coming from rumors of apparent investors that have given a slight freedom on finances from what I've heard. I did hear there's an NYC investor, but I'm not sure. I think there needs to be more from different people, before I start believing that. Thank you very much for the love, Glenn. And C, this is what we're doing. Aloha, what was your last chat? To be honest, however, outside of City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, I'd argue we have a better squad. And the rest, so top 5 isn't that. It's not that insane, but it's all about injuries, isn't it? Because as soon as Lisandro Martinez gets injured, if he does again, it's a problem. Good evening, Dev. Yes, Kern Vesterhoff. Good to see you. What style of play do you think Sesko will add to the team? I think Sesko... Do you know what Sesko will add? Selfishness. That's going to sound stupid, but he will add that drive and selfishness to get on the end of stuff and to smack the ball in from wherever. That's what he's going to add. 1,000,000%. He's going to be... He's going to be that. He has to be there. Daniel, yo, are you coming on here more often, mate? I follow on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on. Well, to be honest, I'm on both at the same time all the time. But thank you very much, mate, for that. Yeah, Saeed stuff was so toxic earlier. One of the worst channels on YouTube. What's Saeed? Oh, yeah, well, I don't watch him either. What's your number one midfield player realistically? It was Richard Rios. That was my number one. Hayden Hackney was another one. For me, I think Hayden Hackney and Angelo Stiller, I'd buy them both. Or Bouadi. Like Bouadi from Lille. I forget his first name now. Shows how much I love him. Ayew Bouadi, that's it. But I think he's very good as well. Because how old is he? I'm just checking. I think he's like 19, 17. Even better. I think Ayew Bouadi should be a player that we sign anyway. I think he fits perfectly into the Ineos mold. Thank you, Bass for the follow. Is Isak going to Liverpool? It could stop now, but it's been quiet since we heard about it. It's been a bit quiet. But this stuff could all happen so quickly. Chiman, what was yours? I can't see what your chat was. Can you write it in again, please, mate? Yeah, just drop a super chat. Like I say, guys, if you want me to guarantee that I'm reading your chats, drop a super chat, however small, just to show some support for the channel, and I can get everyone to focus on what you're saying because it will come up live on the screen. And like Luke is saying, thanks for the lives, Dev. It helps many of us more than you will ever know. Amazing to see us grow. Thank you very much for that. But it's incredible to see how much we've grown in such a short space of time, to be fair. Yeah, it's been absolutely ridiculous, frankly. Good evening, Dev. Do you really believe that Sesko is the answer to our problems? He's not the answer to our problems. No. But he's a good answer for one of the problems we've got. I think Sesko is too expensive for what he is. We don't really know the price, though, do we? We don't know the price. If someone said, Riley, I don't even want to talk about it. You know how much I love him. But if someone says, is that true, Simon? Okay. Again, if someone told you, right, thank you, Didi, for this. Thank you, Kat, for the follow. But if someone said to you, right, we get Benjamin Sesko for 65 million all in, right, with add-ons and stuff, and then we sell Hojlund for 40. You're taking that every day of the week, aren't you? Jack, thank you for the follow as well. You're doing that, aren't you? Surely. And someone says, what's the max price? Or that someone is Troy, says, what's the max price plus Rasmus? Probably like 20 to 30. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine it will be that much plus him. Rasmus will probably offer about 30 to 40 million in value. Where would you play Bruno? In the 10. In the 10. And switch out whoever's playing there. I think he'll work well there. And if we need to really go for a game, then drop him deeper. Been having an awful day, to be honest. This unexpected live has been a great distraction. Luke, you know we're all here for you, brother. This is all a community. And literally, look, Aloha's looking at you. Kenji's looking at you. I hope you guys talk off camera as well. I really hope you guys talk off stream because that would be so wholesome. 30 plus Hojlund? Nah. I don't want money plus Hojlund. Honestly, pay for Sesko. Like, get a good deal for Sesko over installments and over add-ons and all that kind of stuff. And then sell Hojlund to them separately. I think that's got to be the play. Realistically, that's got to be the play for me. Next one out the door for Man United is Anthony, 100%. I don't think it's 100%. I think Sancho might be closer because I'm hearing more things from Sancho than I am from him. But yeah, maybe. Just saw that Man United is monitoring Lunin. Oh, I don't see that happening, to be honest. Please sign a new midfielder and a goalkeeper. Yeah, we'll see. Simon, the legend that is, saying when Sesko signed a new deal with RB Leipzig, it came with the understanding that if an elite club, by his definition, offered in the region of 80 to 90 million euros, 69 to 70 million pounds, then Leipzig would allow him to leave. That's from Laurie Whitwell. This is, I mean, it's all, do you know what I mean? It is all about perspectives. It's all about gentlemen's agreements. Do you believe it or not? It's always going to be difficult to believe that, but let's see. And Rizwan has said, crazy how I've suddenly stopped watching United Stand, etc. because I purely watch you now. Keep it up, man. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much, Rizwan. I wanted to join United. That's from someone called Emilio Martinez 504. United Stand is toxic. 100%. They are. They just are. I think Lunin signed a new deal at Madrid recently. Yeah, so did I. I can't see the Sesko deal not happening now. Newcastle, the only club in the race. If it's between us and Newcastle, we're winning that. Newcastle can offer more money. Well, actually, can they? They have more money. I don't think they can offer it because of PSR. Now, that's the maddest thing. Do you think it's a big risk for the money? Pete B, yes, it's a big risk, but it's not as big of a risk as Hojlund was. This is less of a risk than Hojlund. And if we sell Hojlund, it mitigates the risk even further. So it is what it is. Consider dropping a super chat, guys. Exactly. Become a member, drop a super chat to support the channel and to get your comment featured. But before that, Nick, man, like, we're going to start doing some content soon, mate. I've already got some thumbnail ideas and some branding in there. But this is a good Man United fan that I love hearing his opinions on the club. And he joins the good vibes that I'm trying to foster as well. So I'm trying to get the good vibe show going. So hopefully Nick will be free to be doing that. And we'll definitely be doing something soon. And there you go. We absolutely will. Should Man United go for Dumfries? No, the time was during his release clause and there was clearly something fishy there. Saudi bid, that's interest in Onana from Neom. Please let that happen. But Mark, I don't think it will. Could you see us getting Donnarumma? No, I really don't see us getting Donnarumma. If we do, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if we get Donnarumma. Because there's also massive, expensive wages. Like massively expensive wages. Ooh. Kenji says, Dev, I'm sorry to disagree with everyone. I think Sesko is a mistake. No problem, mate. Let me know what you think. Why do you think that? I like both you and United Stan, but I appreciate having a channel around United that isn't so toxic. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, United Snaps. Like I've said, this picture, I'm pretty sure is from United Snaps, isn't it? Yeah. Look, you see where it says that little, just by his lapel on his left shoulder, it says a little, you can see a little smudge. That says United Snaps. Because these guys are the best retouchers and the best graphics of any, like pure graphics of Manchester United fans. And of Manchester United players, sorry. And I use them all the time with my content. So please, if you haven't already, Instagram, TikTok, @United Snaps, legends. And guys, thank you also for the shout out you gave to the channel. That was really, really kind of you. Kenji, I so agree with you. He's just another glorified Hojlund. Martin, he isn't. I said earlier, he isn't. I honestly worried about Sesko. United pivoted away from Watkins because Villa don't want to sell. But then why would you continue it? I would rather get Ekitike. Would you rather Ekitike or Sesko? Sesko. I don't think Ekitike would work for us. Saw Muniz linked to Newcastle and immediately thought of how heartbroken you'd be if he went. Trust me, I'd be heartbroken. I think he's brilliant. We need patience with Sesko. He would do great if we allow him to grow. He's young. We said the same with Hojlund, but like I said before, I'm going to get the picture of Hojlund up now, which, ironically, is also provided by the legends that are United Snaps. But can I just say, with Hojlund, I disagree with any of you who think that Sesko is going to be like a Hojlund 2.0. I just disagree with you, because Hojlund came into a situation where it was impossible for anyone to really succeed as a young striker unless you were incredible. It was never going to happen. And I'm sorry, he hasn't worked out in the last year. He tailed off as well in his first year, and he had purple patches of form, and he went through goal droughts. So it's difficult. And also what he offers the squad, it's difficult to watch him sometimes because of what he offers. But no matter what, this is very true. Disc has said it there. Who, like, having Bruno, Cunha, and Burmo, they're going to bring a lot more to him. So whoever's going to be playing up top, they're going to enjoy themselves a lot more, and it's going to be a lot better. And I do hear what you're saying, but Martin, if it's the same price, I'm sorry, you have to prioritize Sesko ahead of Watkins if it's the same kind of price. Can we stop with the lazy narrative about Sesko comparison to Hojlund? I hear you, brother. I still want to keep Rasmus. I like him too, but realistically, it's just not going to happen, is it? If we do get Sesko, I think one of them has to go. Big up, Dev. I follow you on TikTok. Your videos are brilliant and funny. Now I've subbed to your YouTube. Keep up the content. Thank you very much, Will. And I absolutely will keep up the content. Dev, what I'm thinking is his price point will be his greatest pressure. If Sesko don't perform immediately, I don't think the general Man United fan has the patience. Well, hear me out on this then, because I think AJ across the pond, thank you for the follow. Everyone, follow up if you're new, and click the link in bio and subscribe. We are on 7,269 subscribers. How quickly can we get to 7,300? If all of you click the link in bio, come over, we will hit 7,300 today. And if you're not subscribed and watching this, please do that. We are building the biggest and best non-toxic Manchester United community with healthy, productive discussion. If you want to be a part of that and get away from the toxic crap you see elsewhere, then please make sure that you follow on here and you subscribe over here. But I want to just address this point from Kenji, not only because it's Kenji and he's one of the long-term members and subscribers and legends of this channel, but also if we had signed Hojlund today, we wouldn't have paid as much money for him. So I do think that the deal that we will get for Sesko will be quite fair. No matter what, I think we're going to manufacture a good deal for this, whether it's in add-ons or in installments or whatever it is. So that's one. I don't think there'll be as much pressure. Overall, the fee might be talked about in certain ways, but we all know how they talk about fees for other clubs compared to us. It's just the way that it is. But I think that, yes, Ineos will do a good deal for Sesko, number one, but also they are going to be doing that having already done in Burmo and Cunha. So there is a lot more to be done in terms of that sort of striker coming out, because that is the best way to go. And yeah, as Luke said, I have a second page called Hobby FC on YouTube, which is about hobby-based content, like with collectibles, like this beautiful Ruud van Nistelrooy card. If you see that, yeah, love that. Yeah, I've got loads of stuff coming at you pretty soon, so check out Hobby FC if you want as well. I'm going to start putting Hobby FC in the description of these videos because I actually don't, and I don't know why I don't, so I need to start doing that. We have 130 likes on the video. 133, as it turns out. Mental. And subscribers, there you go, 7,271. We've gained about 25 in this one show. Absolutely awesome. Why is the midfield being ignored in every transfer window? No debt whatsoever. It really concerns me more than the striker situation. Who said it's being ignored, though? Who said it's being ignored? Why not focus on the striker? Because it's an opportunity we can get right now and then move on to something else. Dev, the RVN card in the comment was nuts, the rare one. Which card in the comment? Which one? When are we opening packs together, mate? Mate, we'll do a live stream on that channel, and you will have to join that for sure. Yeah, love that clip, Revant. What's Revant talking about? Did you see? Oh, yeah, I did. And this is true. I mean, if you guys didn't see, I mean, Dice Pineapple, thank you for the follow. If you guys didn't see, I mean, Sesko did 2 years ago it looked like a live stream with his mate. It didn't look like a proper interview, which is why it seems more authentic. But he says that 2 years ago, he said he will make a big move somewhere in the next 2 to 3 years. But at that time, he knew he wasn't ready. So the fact that he's now saying he might be ready to make this switch, that's a very conscientious and mature young man. Hey, I'm in New York. Love your stuff. Thank you very much, United Celtic. Very kind. Great to hear from you as well, all the way from New York. Jeez. Who would you prefer for a midfield signing? It's got to be Buwadi when he turns 18. I wanted Richard Rios, but I want Hayden Hackney and Angelo Stiller. 1,000,000%. And who else was I talking about? Lamine Kamara. I want to look at him this season. I haven't looked at him enough to say, let's get him. I want to look at Lamine Kamara this season alongside Pogba. And I do want to actually go to Monaco. I'm planning on going to Monaco, and I'd really like my I'd like to take my girlfriend there as well. I don't know if she can hear this, but I've been to Nice and she's been to Monaco before, but not big on football, but that's a kind of football crowd that we could actually watch and enjoy Monaco as well. So I'd love to go there this season. That's my aim. Yes, Greg, what's going on? CSM. Ooh, CSM. As in Cunha and Burmo and Sesko. Cunha, Sesko, and Burmo. CSM sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Ramsdale going to Newcastle. I saw your comments on Fabrizio's Insta. Yeah, Kenji, I was feeling a bit menacing that day. Do you know why? Because you cannot be a Newcastle fan and be happy with this window. Surely. It's just so sad for Newcastle. I don't care. I find it hilarious, but geez. Thank you for the super chat, Simon. And we are reaching that part of the show. We've got 10 minutes left. So if you can drop as many super chats as you can or become a member. We've declined in members quite a lot recently because we haven't, people have been gifted memberships and then they haven't renewed and all sort of stuff. But no matter what, thank you guys so much for the support. If we can use this portion of the chat, just for quick fire questions. But if you want to ensure that I see your question, I answer it, I give it the time of day and also present it on the show, then please do drop a super chat. No real money has to change hands, whatever you can afford, just to donate to the channel and it'll be reinvested back for you. So Simon has asked, imagine the online debates if social media was around when we signed Chicharito and Louis Saha. I think Louis Saha they'd be happy with. Chicharito, no. They'd be like, who the hell is this guy? I remember back then, because it was Sir Alex, like you have to think, because it was Sir Alex, you would just like, yes, Omar, you would just like trust that everything was okay. But now I can understand that the trust has kind of been broken a little bit. Let's get the lights going back up. Let's see if we can hit 40k by the end. Come on, let's get the lights going. And you know what? All of you, link in bio, come over to YouTube now. We have 123 people in here. And how many likes on the show? 135. Mental. Click the link in bio, come over, subscribe, and join the live show. We're here for 10 more minutes, and this is for quick fire questions, so get them in thick and fast. But I agree with you, Simon. I just think people have more trust back then in who was running the club. Give Ineos maybe 2 or 3 years of solid recruitment, and they'll have the same. Sam O has said, Sesko's ball striking reminds me of Batistuta. Oh, Sam, don't remind me of Gabriel Batistuta. That's a player that we missed out on massively. We missed out on him big time. But I agree, that'd be so good. Luke, I've lost your last chat, mate. Where's your last chat? Where? No, I saw that one. I can't see the one before that, mate. If it was before that. Nice, you said, Cass. Newcastle are doing all the flirting. United are walking away with the date. What a beautiful comment that is. Cass, that's poetic. That is absolutely poetic. All right. Now, everyone, get your comments in. This can be about the channel, about me, anything personal, or about where we're going with Manchester United. Nothing to do with, it doesn't have to do anything to do with Sesko or Hojlund. Let's just talk with each other. How about that? So, yeah, click the link in bio, come over and subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribed on the YouTube channel. We are on 7,275. What a nice round number to conclude on. But I don't want to conclude on that, so come on and subscribe. Spartan, Dev, what do you think the announcement of Benjamin Sesko should be? Nothing fancy, actually. Just bring him in. I don't want any of these random little videos. Genuinely, I don't think they help. What do you think is the midfield pair going to be next season? I think Kobe and Ugarte. Personally, I think it's going to be Kobe and Ugarte. Do you know anything about the midfield? Nemecha, he fits perfectly the type of midfield we need right now. Good on the ball, box to box, very underrated. He is underrated. I just think he's a bit clunky and a bit cumbersome, and I don't think we're looking at him at all. So maybe we should look at someone like that, but he doesn't really give me as much excitement as the likes of Angelo Stiller, Hayden Hackney, or Ayub Bouadi, personally. Those are my three. And Lamine Kamara, I'm watching this season. I can't say with any certainty with him yet. Greetings to you as well, Metro Wisdom. If we sign Sesko and a midfielder, would a Europa League place be a realistic expectation, or should we aim higher? I think realistic places, yes, it'll be realistic. We always have to aim higher. We're Man United, of course we do. Do you agree with Luke Shaw when he says we can win the league? I hate that I have a small feeling we might compete. We're not going to compete at all. And I hate that Luke Shaw said it because I was like, brother, I don't want you in there. Like, he started saying stuff about how we have standards and how, like, the manager says this and all that. Like, brother. And he started saying, like, if you're not ready to be a part of this, if you're not ready for Man United, you shouldn't be here. And I just couldn't help but think, brother, you shouldn't be here. I kind of lost my head at that point. Dev, I hope the next season you will be where United are during the pre-season and have ball in time with GV John, Stretford Paddock and United Legends. Do you know what it was? Little exclusive. I did speak very briefly with an agency that could have flown me out to go there. The problem was, well, they couldn't fly me out in the end. They wanted to prioritize local talent for America, so it was all good. I could only look at that and be like, wow, I'm getting recognition, like I'm getting seen. So I was like, I'm clearly doing something right. A little bit bummed, obviously, that I couldn't go. I was pretty, you know what I mean? Like, I obviously wanted to do it, but when it happens, it will happen. And if it does happen, it will happen at the right time. All I can do is keep doing what I'm doing, keep my head down, keep creating, keep positive, and building out a community like this with you guys is definitely helping that. So yeah, one day that will happen, and we will see. We will see. Troy is saying, when's the gaming streams coming? So tomorrow, I'm going to test out the gaming setup on here with a Football Manager stream. And if everything all works fine and everything, then Chloe and I will do it with a channel that I'll be linking in the description of this too. I won't be saying it just yet because we want like a proper release of it. But I'll make sure that I let you guys know what that's about. But tomorrow, at a probably quite a random time, I'll be doing my first gaming stream, probably from 5 o'clock till whenever. And if you want to tune in. It'll be a Football Manager experiment. That's all I'm going to say. A Football Manager experiment. Or I might just play the game with the players that we've got now and see what I can do. So let's do that. Who's my number one goalkeeper target? Absolutely, it has to be Senny Lamens. Massively. Any realistic midfield transfer options? I just went through them. Tanaka. Okay, we'll watch Tanaka this season, Luke. Okay, we'll watch him this season. Who's your ideal right wing back target? It would have been Dumfries, but I don't think we really need it now. I'm happy with Dallo and Ahmad for this season. And Dorgu can play there too if you need him to. Or Mazraoui as a last resort. What do you think a reasonable price for Belabor would be? 65 million, I think, is reasonable, but they'll want north of 80 or 70. Noldus, thank you for the kind comment, mate. Appreciate you very, very much indeed. Monaco is a boring stadium on top of a car park. Ironically, with all that money around, these pillars look like a poor man's Acropolis. Mark, I actually know I've been before, but I want to go again just to watch them. What's your best 11 right now, including Sesko? So goalkeeper has to be Onana because he's better than Payende. Yoro, Delict, Martinez, Dorgu, Kobe, Ugarte, and Ahmad, and then Cunha / Mbermo. I haven't figured that out yet. Or Cunha on his own, Mbermo / Bruno, and then Sesko. Where do you think United are going to finish? Yeah, I've already gone through that. Just seen they value Sesko at 69, but they reckon we can get for 60. I think we can get for 60. I really do. Would you be happy with 8th place in the cup to qualify for Europe? No. 6th place in the cup? Yeah. Not 8th. No. We could win the league, Ed. Come on. Score predictions for Bournemouth. Okay, yeah, that's tonight. I see us. You forgot to put your... I forgot it again. I'm such a silly goose. I will... Could you do it for me? If you're there, Chloe, would you mind doing it for me, please? That'd be nice. Or I'll do it when I come down, and then I'll start on the wraps. Score prediction for Bournemouth. Yeah, I think we are going to beat them because Bournemouth have been beaten over the head. I mean, they've lost Howson, and they might lose Zabani, and they lost their goalkeeper, and they lost Kirkesh. We should beat them. We will bring you there next season, mate. One day, you will get your chance there. Keep it up. When it happens, you'll be loving it. Exactly. Everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Would you consider signing Giovanni Quenda and train for him to become a first-team talent? He's already gone to Chelsea. That ship has long sailed. He's gone to Chelsea. He's just staying at Sporting for a season, but he's gone. You're going to be at Old Trafford on the 9th? Maybe, Greg. Maybe. Stay tuned on my Twitter / Instagram for that. Both of the links in the bio. In the description, sorry. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But, yeah, potentially, yes. I will be potentially going to that. Do you have an FPL league? United Snaps, I just can't keep up with it, man. Like, I personally think FPL should be you pick your team and you're not allowed to make any transfers. You stick with who you've got. That's it. But no one does that. They're doing transfers every week and they're looking at who's playing who. I ain't got the time for it. I don't care. I just don't care enough. And I remember once I did it and I had Salah in my team and I was happy Salah scored. I'm like, who the hell am I? What am I doing? How can this be my life? Last few minutes of the show. I found a dev account on the Halal Guys video comment section. Is that you? Yeah, that's me. Don't worry, that is me. But yeah, I was on the BuzzFeed. I was on a BuzzFeed UK video on my main channel, where we tried Halal Guys. So yeah, that was good fun. Yes, that's me. I've just set that up just to have a separate account. So yeah, don't pay that much mind. Kato coming in with the super chat as always. Thank you very much, mate. Saying if we drop our standards a little bit for this season and backhammering, we'll do well. We've suffered for more than a decade. What's one season? Patience. I mean, we've already had half a season, but I hear what you're saying. How come no one's gone to a bid for Lookman? It's because he seems to have thrown himself out with the Atalanta hierarchy and people are looking at it a bit weirdly. So, yeah. What's for dinner, Dev? I'm making wraps today. Making some vegan wraps with some halloumi in it. So it's not really vegan, is it? But it's a vegan substitute for shawarma. And I'm going to put some halloumi in there for me. Okay. That is it. Ed has asked, how old am I? I'm 28 years old. And am I doing this full time? Since January, yes, I am. With all my channels combined. So it's not just this one, but all my channels combined means that, yeah, I am. Some months are better than others. Some weeks are better than others. But ultimately, this is the goal, to keep doing this full time. So if you guys keep subscribing, keeps doing what you can, then that'll be amazing. If you can. Drink lassi sometimes, Dev. Yeah, you know what? You don't really get it in the lassi in the UK is so dead. I had it in when I went to India, like amazing, but especially the mango, like the mango quality here is nothing like India, obviously. But that's going to be it for TikTok. So if you guys can, there's 80 people in the chat actually. First of all, the fact you got to 35,000 likes is ridiculous. So thank you all for that. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to say for the last time today, please, please, please click the link in bio and subscribe to YouTube, because we are on 7,277 subscribers. Can we hit 7,300? Like all of you are in here. If you come over and subscribe, you can do it. But that is where my long form content lives. You guys obviously get the shorts and the quick videos, the reactions and the memes, which will still keep happening. But all of the long form videos, including a long dissection of Benjamin Sesko, which I'll try and bring to you tomorrow, that's all going to be on YouTube. So click the link in bio and subscribe. It will really mean a lot. And thank you to everyone who has stood by this live, because we hit 35,000 likes, which is absolutely ridiculous. So thank you very much for that. And I'll see you on the next show, which should be, if not tomorrow, definitely sometime this week. So click the link in bio, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next show. And to everyone on YouTube, I mean, you guys are just absolute legends. Thank you very much, Glenn, for the kind comment, because that is what we are here to do. That is what we're here to do. We are not doing a watch along later, mate. We're not doing a watch along because I'm not staying up till 2:30 in the morning. We hit 150 likes, which is mad. Simon, what were you saying there? 7.27k subs. Road to 10k is still on. You know what? If we hit 10k subscribers before the start of the season, that would be mad. I hope you link up with SDS, especially with Lias and Coach Cams. Weirdly, I've met Sharky. I've spoken to him a few times. I've spoken to a few guys at SDS. I think they got too many United fans anyway, so they don't really need an extra voice, which is fair. But Culture Cams, I was on an audition with him for something, which I didn't ultimately get. I think he might have got it actually, but good lad. Really good lad, all of them, to be fair. Let's see. Deb, would you consider going live more often, like every day? Not every day, just because I want to have something to talk about each time. I don't want to come on and just talk for the sake of talking, which I feel like I do anyway. But yeah, like I will be going live more often. But that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for joining. And yep, like Riley is saying, I mean, this is the place where we can just all chat and have good news on Manchester United. And like Lucas said there, drop a like and comment on the vid after the stream. It really helps with the channel. Likes and comments massively help boost the channel. So we've hit 151 likes, which is mental. That's one of the most we've ever hit in a single show. So I appreciate you all very, very much. And the next show, honestly, tomorrow, yeah, I'm not doing the game today. I'm not doing the game tonight, so don't worry about that. I won't be here for that. But I will be trialing out the gaming streams on Football Manager tomorrow, where I'll just be sat here chilling, watching and playing a game. So if you want to join me, and I'll basically be doing the transfers and doing a couple of preseason games and maybe the start of the season. I need to update like the mod packs and update like the right database and stuff like that. So it'll take me a while to get it right. So please do, if you can, subscribe. And also, if you are on for tomorrow, like around 5 o'clock is when I want to start that. then let me know what you think of the gaming, because that's obviously going to be a big thing that I do with Chloe moving forward. So I want to know what you guys think of it generally. And as Kato says, always a great way to end the show. And sorry yesterday, Kato, you sent it in the chat and it was just after we ended it, but you timed this one to perfection. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you guys very, very much, and I'll see you on the next show.